My name is Dave Wilhelm. I am an associate professor at Wake Technical Community College in Raleigh, North Carolina. In this 16-minute video, I provide to prospective, future, and existing students an overview of the processes and deliverables for the courses I teach at Wake Tech. This video is applicable to courses at Wake Tech taught by me, Dave Wilhelm. It is probably not applicable to courses taught by other instructors. This is a general overview. Be sure to familiarize yourself with the course and the specific information in Blackboard of any course you're taking. The courses I am currently teaching are Business 110, Introduction to Business, Business 137, Principles of Management, Business 139, Entrepreneurship 1, and Business 245, Entrepreneurship 2. There are a lot of common elements in these courses. The variations revolve around seated versus online and whether the course uses Connect or not. Seated courses have hard copy exams and a presentation or research report. Online courses have a course entry quiz and discussion board forums. Courses with Connect have Connect quizzes and LearnSmart exercises. Courses without Connect have Blackboard quizzes and Blackboard homework deliverables. This course activity map identifies the 4 courses and 2 delivery methods, so 8 course types and the deliverables for each. If you're really interested, you can pause the video. Business 110 and Business 137 processes are the same. Both seated and online versions use Connect LearnSmart exercises and Connect quizzes. The seated Business 110 and 137 versions have hard copy exams and a presentation or research report. The online versions have Connect exams, discussion board forums, and a course entry quiz. Business 139 and 245 processes are the same as well. Both seated and online versions submit homework and quizzes through Blackboard. The seated Business 139 and 245 versions have hard copy exams and a presentation or research report. The online versions have Blackboard exams, discussion board forums, and a course entry quiz. Blackboard is the primary course management system for curriculum education courses at Wake Tech. Entry to the course is to the announcement section. The course navigation stack consists of the purple boxes on the left side of the monitor. The course navigation stack on the left is for an online course. You can note the course entry quiz button at the top and the collaboration discussion button a bit lower down for the discussion board forums. This course does not use Connect. The course navigation stack on the right is for a seated course. No course entry quiz, and it uses Connect. See the Connect LearnSmarts and the Connect Quizzes buttons. The Collaboration Reports button is for submitting a presentation package or the research paper. All courses have a Start Basic Course Info section, which contains the syllabus plus detailed policy and process information for the course. There is additional instructional information at the top of the deliverable sections for homework, quizzes, exams, and the collaboration/discussions. The course entry quiz is required early in the semester for all online and hybrid courses. The course entry quiz link is at the top of the navigation stack. The course entry quiz is not taken by the deadline specified in the course. The student will be immediately withdrawn and will not be allowed to re-enter. This is related to Wake Tech's funding from the state of North Carolina, so the Wake Tech administration takes it very seriously. Connect is an online course supplement provided by the textbook publisher McGraw-Hill. I use it in the Business 110 and 137 courses. It counts for about 30% of the final grade, so it is an important element of the course. You register through Blackboard at the beginning of the course. There is a 2-week complimentary period. A really good option, if you're not too attached to a hard copy text, is to purchase an ebook plus Connect online when you go to register through Blackboard. This slide shows the deliverables that contribute to a student's final grade. All courses have exams. All the online courses have discussion board forums. Business 110 and 137 have Connect, LearnSmart, and Connect quizzes. Business 139 has Blackboard homework and Blackboard quizzes. Business 245 has Blackboard homework and quizzes plus business plan sections. The deadlines are firm. There is 0 credit for deliverables submitted after the deadline. The 2 lowest scores are dropped for each category except exams and the Business 245 business plan sections. This removes a penalty for persons who are sick, have personal or family problems, or get caught in a hurricane. There is a very small and insignificant amount of extra credit in some of the homework deliverables. In seated classes, the deliverables are due by the beginning of the class immediately following the completion of each chapter. For online classes, the general schedule is that discussion forum comments are due by midnight of the 4th day of the week. The rest of the deliverables are due the 7th or last day of the week. This has to be a general statement, as I cannot give specific days of the week here, as the Wake Tech semesters can start any day of the week, Monday to Friday. Watch the posted schedule and the individual deliverable deadlines for the specific deliverables. Exams are mostly multiple choice with a few numeric calculations with about 1 minute per question allowed. For both seated and online courses, a late exam gets a 10 points per day score adjustment, then to 0 after 3 days. The seated exams are approximately weeks 4, 8, 12, and 16, have the full class time, closed book, and notes. The online exams are right at the end of weeks 4, 8, 12, and 16, open books and open notes. Connect exams are submitted automatically at the time limit. Blackboard exams may continue after the time limit at a score adjustment of 1 percentage point per minute. The seated Business 110, 137, and 139 final grade is determined exams 70%, homework or LearnSmart 12%, quizzes 12%, and a presentation or research report 6%. The online Business 110, 137, and 139 final grade is determined as exams 70%, homework or LearnSmarts 10%, quizzes 10%, and discussion board comments 10%. Business 245 is different because development of a business plan is a key part of the course. Seated Business 245 counts exams 30%, individual business plan sections 30%, homeworks 15%, quizzes 15%, and the final complete business plan 10%. The online Business 245 counts exams 30%, individual business plan sections 30%, homework 10%, quizzes 10%, the final complete business plan 10%, and discussion board comments 10%. For all courses, see the syllabus in the Start Basic Course Info section for the official and up-to-date information on the final grade components. Blackboard homework deliverables are in the Business 139 and 245 courses. The deadlines for the homework deliverables are in the assignments section and at the specific deliverables. The homework deliverables are submitted into Blackboard as an attached file. There are 2 opportunities for each homework deliverable to cover the case where you submit the wrong one initially. The highest score counts. The submittal slot closes at the deadline and there is no late credit. These are the acceptable homework formats: Doc or DocX, Microsoft Word; RTF, rich text format; PPT or PPTX, Microsoft PowerPoint; XLS or XLSX, Microsoft Excel; and JPEG image format. These are not acceptable formats because I cannot read them, and if I cannot read them, I cannot give them a non-zero score. ODT, open source something; WPS, WordPerfect; Zip, and anything else not included in the acceptable category unless you have a prior OK from the instructor. Most editors can save in formats other than their default, so even if you do not have an editor whose default type is in the acceptable list, it likely can save it in one of these acceptable formats. I hope you will avoid these ways to receive a 0 for a homework deliverable: miss the deadline, submit in a format I cannot read, submit in the wrong slot, for instance homework chapter 7 in the slot for homework chapter 8, submit in the submission or comments text box, submit via email, and finally not showing calculations for numeric problems. The quiz format information applies to both Blackboard and Connect quizzes. You get 3 to 5 attempts. It's primarily a learning activity rather than an assessment mechanism. The highest score counts. LearnSmart is the other Connect item we are using in addition to quizzes. LearnSmart exercises consists of a number of questions. The student receives immediate feedback after answering each question and can try until they get it correct, move on to the next question, or use an attached ebook to look up the material. The LearnSmart score is transferred to Blackboard at the deadline. It's possible to continue work on the LearnSmart exercise after the deadline for learning purposes, but it does not affect the score. Wake Tech has an attendance requirement that must be met to remain in the course. For seated classes, a student is immediately withdrawn after meeting the trigger number of absences. For a seated class that meets 16 times, the trigger is the 4th absence. For a 20 class meeting, the 5th absence. For a 30 class meeting, the 6th absence. And for a 45 meeting class, the 8th absence. The algorithm for determining the number of absences that trigger withdrawal is multiply the number of class meetings by 0.15, round up to the nearest digit, then add 1. This gives the missed class meeting, after which a student is immediately withdrawn. A student is also withdrawn from a seated class if they do not attend class for 14 consecutive calendar days. For online classes, a student is immediately withdrawn after 2 consecutive weeks with no deliverables, after any 3 weeks with no deliverables, or after 14 consecutive days with no deliverables. Online class deliverables include homework, quizzes, LearnSmarts, and discussion forums. An exam is not considered a deliverable for attendance purposes. That concludes the information on my courses. If you have any questions or comments, please send me an email.